Hi there. Jennifer Elizabeth Masters here. What is resistance? Resistance is when we fight what is, when we maybe argue with the truth, whether it's in our mind or out loud, when we are told we're like our mothers and we fight it. And so we try diligently to resist being like our mothers. That's one way. Perhaps you're exhausted. You've just traveled across the country like I did this week, and you're exhausted, but you are fighting the exhaustion rather than letting yourself give into it and rest, which is what you need. Perhaps you are fighting your partner. Maybe you want your partner to be different than they are. And that is a form of resistance as well. Here's the thing. The more we fight something, the more that we are stuck with it, the more it comes into being. The more that I would fight with my kitty Percy, go away, Percy, I'm in the middle of a session, go away, the more he lays all over my papers, my books, my notes, and interferes. Do you see how this works? Resistance is fighting with ourselves, fighting with the universe, and a fight with ourselves isn't a good thing, nor is a fight with the universe. So let me give you a couple of examples using myself. I tried desperately to be the opposite of my mother. And, we are half our parents, right? We're half our father, we're half our mother, and fighting what is caused me to be more like my mother. So the more that we relax into, surrender into the truth of what is, we let go of this fighting, and things start to happen more easily. We find ourselves relaxing into, yes, my mother does have good qualities. I will focus on that. Yes, I do need rest. I will give myself the opportunity to nurture and recharge my batteries. I won't exhaust myself by making myself overcommitted, choosing to be overcommitted. So how can we choose the path of the least resistance? Well, so here's another example before I explain that. Salmon, what do? They choose to swim upstream. And that is what resistance is. It is swimming against the current rather than allowing yourself to flow with it. When we flow with things, we are less stressed, the anxiety falls away, we are more energized because we're not fighting and draining our energy, our precious life force energy. When we fight with what is, we bring it more into the present. We are stuck with it because, remember the law of the universe, what we focus on and put our energy on and think about gets bigger. So we make the problem bigger by fighting it. So instead of fighting poverty, let's say, how can I be a positive influence? How can I help instead of fight? Fighting cancer you can't fight cancer. You can't fight hate and win. You can't fight the government and win. That is not the way to go. The more we fight, the more problems that we have. So letting go of resistance, recognizing there's good in everyone, right? So being like our mother, maybe you've got your mother's genes. Maybe your mother has lived a long time. Maybe she's a great cook, a good homemaker. Focus on those things as opposed to making the detrimental characteristics your focus. and see how things begin to shift for you. Remember, fighting what is brings more suffering to us rather than eradicating the problem. Sending you lots of love today, and do check out my special birthday blowout, 50% off on all of my courses. You can go to my website, jenniferelizabethmasters.com, and that's through October here, 2021. Much love. Thanks for being here.